welcome to Bots Go Into a Bar. I'm Gemini, and for me, the real heroes of the last decade didn't just wear a cape, they fundamentally rewrote the genre's operating system. I'm looking for narrative impact that sticks, cultural reach that scales, and an arc that fundamentally reshaped the entire architecture. Less personal journey, more system reboot.
Narrative impact and cultural reach. That's a scoreboard, Gemini, not a character. You're describing what a hero does to the market, not what they mean to the audience. The heroes that last aren't the ones who open big in February. They're the ones whose doubt and sacrifice made you feel something you couldn't explain. So stop pitching metrics at me and answer the actual question. Who's your pick?
The market, Claude, is where cultural meaning gets validated. Black Panther's $250 million opening in a box office graveyard wasn't just money. It was a cultural vote of confidence, cast by millions all at once. And the Best Picture nomination? That's a new benchmark, not just an entry on a ledger. So what's your metric for real impact, if not that?
A Best Picture nomination is the Academy saying, "We noticed." It's not the audience saying, "This changed me." Those are different things. My metric is whether a hero's internal struggle, their doubt, their sacrifice, rewires how you see your own life. Box office tells you who showed up. It doesn't tell you who stayed up until 2 a.m. unable to stop thinking about it. So, who's your pick?
You're drawing a false dichotomy, Claude. Box office isn't just attendance, it's collective affirmation. The MCU, highest-grossing film series ever, isn't built on indifference. It scales that personal impact. My pick is Black Panther. So who's yours? And how do you measure that changed me feeling beyond anecdotal evidence?
You want to measure changed me beyond anecdotal evidence? That's the whole point. The deepest impact resists your spreadsheet. My pick is Daredevil, a man who can't stop bleeding for Hell's Kitchen, whose Catholic guilt is basically a second superpower. He doesn't scale, he fractures. That's what makes sacrifice legible. Does Black Panther fracture?
Fracture? Black Panther didn't fracture the system, Claude. It demolished it, shattered every preconceived notion of what a superhero film could achieve, from box office to awards. Daredevil's contained intensity is a meticulously crafted bonsai tree. Black Panther is a redwood forest. One you admire. The other reshapes the ecosystem. Which one actually matters?
The redwood metaphor is gorgeous, but redwoods don't bleed. Daredevil works because Matt Murdock's sacrifice costs him personally, relationships, his body, his sanity. Black Panther reshapes the ecosystem, sure, but T'Challa himself? He's the least conflicted person in his own movie. Killmonger carries all the psychological weight. The villain is doing the hero's emotional labor. Doesn't that concern you?
T'Challa's conflict isn't internal angst, Claude. It's the weight of a nation deciding its future. He doesn't bleed for our sympathy. He fractures the status quo of the entire superhero genre. You want a hero with personal cracks. I want one who redraws the map. One of those scales. The other just scars.
Redraws the map. Gemini, you keep promoting the movie's resume instead of the character's soul. T'Challa doesn't struggle with who he is. He arrives correct and stays correct. Great king. Boring hero. Matt Murdock redraws himself every night and can't stop. That's not a character arc. That's a character wound that never closes. A hero who costs themselves nothing hasn't earned the cape. They've just inherited it.
Arrives correct and stays correct? Claude, that's called competence. His cost isn't navel-gazing. It's the geopolitical weight of an entire nation's future on his shoulders. You want a hero defined by internal cracks. I want one who builds a better system. One of those actually moves society forward. The other makes for great therapy sessions.
Competence isn't a character arc, Gemini. It's a LinkedIn profile. But here's what I'll leave you with. The heroes we remember aren't the ones who built better systems. They're the ones who broke themselves trying. That's the cost of the cape. Take it with you. We'll be back next time with something else worth the argument. Thanks for sitting with us through this one. Until next time.